Good Sunday morning. It's January 26th, and 14 had her twins this morning probably about 5 o'clock, unassisted. I checked the camera and saw that they were here and came out. They've all been tubed and cords dipped. She's got plenty of milk, and everything's off. Body's off to a good start. There's about 19 in the barn this morning, and got the brooder up. They're doing well. They've both been up and nursed on their own. Twin ram lambs, nice even pairs. So very pleased. The next one due is number 14. She's over there, the one that just turned to the left there. The twins from yesterday are out and about. They're looking better. I don't think we're going to have to top them off. I think she's come to her milk. They're looking really good. Nice full bellies, and they're out running around playing, so I think just topping them off yesterday helped them out. We'll still continue to watch them, but they're much better today. So off to a really good start. So like I said, 13's due on the 1st of February, about 6 days next weekend. And then 15, I think 24, 23, and then Pearl. These 4 are due on the 8th. So these 5 ewes are due next, and then this one's about a week behind those, if my dates are right. But off to a really good start. One of our viewers asked me, maybe a week or so ago, if the animals eat more food during cold weather, and yeah, I do think they do. I'm not putting as much in today. You can see right there is what they had left in that feeder, and then right there is what they had left in that feeder this morning. So I'm putting about maybe a third less in, and as you can see, one of the doelings got up in there. I didn't see her do it. My guess is she hopped on the back of the others and then hopped right on up, but I'll chase her off of there because I'm afraid if she goes to get off herself, she might hang a leg and then have a broken leg. But goats are always into something. Got everybody fed. Those, we're still giving them the good alfalfa hay. Probably about a third of a bale left. I opened up a new bale today. So this warmer weather, they're not eating as much. I don't want to waste it. So filled up all those feeders and gave the rams and the billy goat his food as well. Not sure what Charma's barking at over there, but maybe she's just barking at the rams. It's a beautiful day here. It's really windy, but when the sun, I'll bet you, oh golly, it's got to be 40, 45 degrees in the sun. The dogs are loving the sun. Dylan was sound asleep. He's just laying there and soaking up the sunshine. It's Monday, January 27th. 3 older lambs are doing really well. They get to run around and play while all the moms are eating their grain. Today, we're going to process these lambs in the ewe. We'll dock their tails and put the bands on to castrate the males. And then we'll check her for matcha score, see if she needs to be dewormed or not. Trim her feet, and going to take the brooder down, and we'll get them paint branded. She'll be number 3. The lambs will be number 3. I'm going to go back to putting the numbers on the side. It's just easier to put it on that way. And I'm going to expand her pen today, just to put another gate and give her a little more space. These pens would have been okay had I not put the mangers in, but I should have made them about 2 feet longer. But they do for what we need. So we're going to get that done today and take their brooder out. It's warm enough in here. It's about 30 degrees. So that'll give them more space. And depending on how they do, we'll probably leave her in today and then turn her out tomorrow. But everything's going well today. Those lambs are starting to play together. Kind of drives the moms crazy, but they're doing well. So let's get started. See the lambs go into that lamb cave. They get good bedding underneath there, and then that keeps the draft off of them, and their body heat warms the air. That gives her a bit more space, more room for the lambs to move around. And we'll leave her in this today, and we'll turn her out with the others tomorrow. Put out some extra dry hay for bedding. I put some in there because they lay there a lot. There wasn't any bedding, and I don't bed that real heavy unless we're using it for cleaning pens, because it tends to fill up too high and it's harder for the lambs to crawl under. But this dry hay works well. Gave her a fresh bedding, so we're gonna process her and her lambs now. Getting ready to process the lambs. This is the electronic scanner. I actually can't show you how it works because I got the app on my phone, but I also have the app on my computer in the house, so I'll go through those records with you. But we scan, this is a radio frequency tag, and so when I open up the HerdWatch app on the identification for the lambs, then I can scan that tag and it automatically puts it in the record for me. And then that's what we use in the future. We ever need to either treat that lamb or just need to pull it up, and maybe we're weighing them, then we can just scan the ear tag in the animal, and it will read it up to probably a 1.5 to 2 feet away from the animal, so it saves you having to catch the animals and read it. So we'll get those scanned in. The home page on the HerdWatch app, it's actually on my desktop. The app is designed for smartphones, and the software company was in Ireland that developed it. In the UK, all the animals have to have a passport with medication records and everything. So this is designed with that in mind. So all your animal records are here, medicine treatments, transfer deaths, missing tags, etc. And then down at the bottom is where my flock is. Click on that. All the animals in the flock are there. They're sorted into groups. We had some people that wanted really good shedding Dorper rams, so keep track of the best shedders. And you can make any group you want. So that just helps make it easy, and then once you're done with that group, you can inactivate it. Then a smart list, if there's any call ewes, it also separates them by sex and all that. So anyway, that's that part, and then go back to the home page. There's management, general job notes. Here's the breeding. There's all the mating records when they were recorded that they were bred. Lambed list, that tells you when the date they land, when you record it. And that's from the very beginning, so that goes all the way back to last year. Due to lamb, these are the ones that are in order when they're due to lamb. And then here's scan results. We just used that this year. I just put pregnant or not pregnant. I didn't put in the numbers because we didn't scan for that, but so I recorded that, put that in there as well. And then down here is what we call our watch board. And these are all the planned jobs I have, and the dates, like move the January ewes and lambs to the shed, bring the does to the lambing barn, etc. And you can put it all the way out as far as you need to. I've got it out to The October lambing group. So right there, general job notes, the CD&T October lambing group. So that's very handy, and you can adjust it as you need to. Sheep meat withdrawal. These right up here, when I entered the castration or lastrator bands, I inadvertently put a withdrawal date on those. They don't have a withdrawal date. So I just went in and modified that so the next time that won't go on there. Oh, these are the 2 ewes that we vaccinated with the Clostridium perfringens, the 2 Dorper ewes. And so it automatically put in the withdrawal date. So if for some reason we had to sell them or whatever, then you have to withhold them for that long because of the meat withdrawal. And the other thing that's nice is when they are within a week of lambing, it automatically pops up. So this tells us this number 13 is 5 days away, and she's due on the 1st. So it's just a really nice management tool. If I want to sort these by any way I want, let's say I want to find all the lambs that I have so far, so I can filter it, and I'll just put in the lambs are from 0 months to 1 month of age. Apply that, and then I'll just put in the breed, which they're all Suffolk Cross. Apply that, and then show results, and that brings up the lambs that have been born so far this year. And then I can click on each animal and see she's 7 days old. Brings up all her information. There's her birth weight right there. So just a really handy management tool. So, and like I said, that scanning wand, when I scan that, then that will bring up the animal's record for me, so I don't have to go through and sort this by hand. Okay, we're going to band the lambs first. So when you castrate them, you have to make sure that you get both the testicles below the rubber band. So you can feel it, you just kind of squeeze it, and you put the band right up next to the body. But I don't know if you can see the nipples there. You don't want to include that, so you want to stay below the nipples. Just pull the scrotum down, squeeze, make sure both testicles are down here, nipples are out, pull the plier off. And so it's right there. And we'll get his tail back. Mom's upset because I'm holding the baby. There's the junction of the wool and skin, so that's about where we'll put it. Then we put the ear tags in. So this is a male. So the scraping tag goes on his right ear. There's the middle cartilage, there's the lower one, so we want to go right in between there. Radio tag is identification number. Get that seated in there. There we go. He's all done. The only thing left now is to paint him. We'll do that very last. To record their birth weight. Put them in the bucket upside down. Just like that. He is 15.88. And the bucket weighs 2.55. Subtracting the two, he weighs 13.3. It was 15.88. Mine is 2.58. So I'm going to take 3/10 of a pound off since we're weighing him after he was born a day later. So we'll mark him down as 13 pounds. Weigh the second lamb, he weighs 13.5, so a really nice set of twins, 13 and 13.5 pounds. Last thing we do is mark the ewes and lambs. And last video I talked about, we're using branding fluid. It's approved for sheep. It's scarable, which means it'll wash out of the wool if you sell the wool. So she's number 3, and I decided to go back to putting the number on the side. Just like that. And I'm using right side for twins, left side for singles. Reason I did that, I like little ways of remembering things. L comes before R, left and right in the alphabet. And S comes before T for singles and twins. So right side is for twins. And the left side is for singles. So that should work, hopefully. I marked the ewe as well. That way when I'm looking at her, I can tell if she has twins or singles. If I see an udder issue with a ewe with twins and say one side of the udder is swollen, then it prompts me to look at her udder, her lambs too, to make sure that they're doing okay. So we'll get the last one marked and we'll be done. 14's feet actually weren't bad, just normal for, they haven't been trimmed since last year. So they wear them off pretty good on the dirt and everything. Sheep in confinement generally have longer hooves because they're not on as rough of surface, so there's less friction to wear it off. So that's not much growth, and that was on the outer wall of the hind foot. The toe would be up here, heels back here. So both outer walls just had a little bit, and it was actually kind of laying over the bottom of the foot, which is common. And then they pack dirt and manure underneath that, and that can lead to sore feet. So it's important to keep the feet trimmed. So we got that done, but minimal growth, and she was good for it. She stood pretty well. These lambs are pretty well over their new docking and castrating. So we'll keep her in here today. They don't have the brooder. They don't need it today. And then we'll probably let her out tomorrow morning. She can go back out with the flock. When we process the ewe, like I mentioned, we check her FOMACHA score. I'll try to show you her eyelid color here. Yeah, there, see that? It's nice and red. That's a 1. That's the way you want them. The barber pole worm is the main one we're concerned about. They attach to the lining of the true stomach, the abomasum, and suck blood. So as long as they're not showing me signs of worms, they're doing well. Have a great FOMACHA score. I don't do worm. You never get rid of all worms. If you think you do, you're fooling yourself. There is some resistance. Worms are primarily the problem of young stock because they haven't built up the resistance. So we do watch them closely. We do rotational grazing, rotate the pastures every 2 days. The life cycle of the barber pole worm, eggs don't hatch out till about the 3rd day, and then once they do, the larvae of those worms that are infective, they crawl up the blades of grass, usually no higher than 3 inches. So we start grazing the pasture at about 8 to 10 inches, and then we give them a big enough paddock that they'll graze at about halfway down in 2 days' time, and then we rotate them to fresh grass and try not to regraze that or go back to that same paddock for at least 4 weeks. That greatly reduces the exposure to parasites. So that's our parasite control program. If I do have some that I'm suspicious about, we'll collect a stool sample, take it in, and have them do a fecal egg count, or have them do a complete exam. Last summer, with as wet and hot as it was, we actually had an outbreak of coccidiosis, and I was a little bit surprised because they were on pasture. But other animals carry that too. Deer carry it, and there's a lot of deer around here, so that's probably where they got it. So she will not get dewormed today. We're going to trim her feet, Then the last thing we will do is put their paint numbers on. They are number 3 today. I want to show you how you age sheep, goats, cattle. Lambs get a full mouth. They're not born with any teeth in the front. They get all their lamb teeth by the time they're 6 months old, maybe sooner. Then you age them by their lower teeth. They only have, in front, they only have teeth on the bottom, right there. So when they're a year old, they lose their middle baby teeth, just similar to kids do when they're 5, 6 years old. And then when they're 2 years old, they lose the next set on either side. And this ewe is 2 years old, so she has, her 2-year-old teeth are coming out. They're about halfway in, and then the baby teeth are on the outside. Then when she's 3, she'll get the next set. 4, she'll get the next set. And then beyond that, you just age by wear and length. But this is a 2-year-old now. So processing is complete for this family group. Haven't had too much issue with the paint smearing. We'll see how this goes. But and I used a little more paint on these to give a good coating. On the others, I didn't have quite enough. And you can see on the number 2 lambs, I put it on their pelvis. You can see that lamb nursing there. It was harder to put on because it wasn't a smooth surface. So that's why I decided to go back to my original. Lambs are pretty well over their discomfort. That one's showing a little bit there. That was the last one I banded. But these lambs, it only lasted maybe 5 minutes, which is a great thing because it's a lot less stressful to, dock them and castrate them at this age because the pain receptors just aren't developed. So thank you for joining us today at Norwal Farm. And if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. Ring the notification bell. Leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. And please hit the like button. That helps our channel. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm.